It begins as a simple, everyday act, a glance into a mirror. You see a face you've known your entire life, a familiar landscape of lines and expressions, a history written in skin and bone. We do it without thinking, a reflexive check-in with the self we present to the world. But have you ever held that gaze just a moment too long? Long enough for the familiarity to curdle into something strange? It's a feeling psychologists call jamais vu, the opposite of déjà vu, a sudden jarring sensation that something intimately familiar has become alien. Your own face, the one you've seen a million times, suddenly seems like a mask. The features don't quite belong to you, the symmetry feels off, the eyes hold a depth you don't recognize. In that disquieting stillness, a question can surface, rising from the depths of your subconscious, a question that feels both absurd and profound. What if the person looking back isn't just a reflection? What if they are not merely an image, but an audience? What if another version of you exists, somewhere beyond the silvered glass, looking back with the exact same unnerving thought, wondering about the life you are living? Imagine that, right now, in a reality nearly identical to this one, that other you is making a different choice. Perhaps it's a small thing, a decision so trivial it barely registers. They choose tea instead of coffee, letting a different warmth seep into their morning. They turn left instead of right on their daily walk, their eyes catching a glimpse of a blooming flower you missed entirely. A seemingly insignificant divergence, a tiny ripple in the fabric of space-time. But what if the choice was monumental? What if on a day you remember with perfect clarity, they took the job you turned down? In that other reality, they are thriving in a career path you only dream about. Their days filled with challenges you shied away from. What if they found the courage to confess a love you kept silent? Right now, they could be sharing a home, building a family, living a life with the person you let go. Or what if they walked away from a life you chose to build, finding a profound freedom where you found comfort, exploring the world while you put down roots? An entire existence, a whole history, branching away from yours, born from a single, pivotal moment. A universe of difference, created by one yes instead of a no. This isn't just the stuff of science fiction or late-night philosophy. For decades, some of the most brilliant minds in theoretical physics have grappled with this very idea, not as a metaphor, but as a potential description of reality. They believe in a concept known as the multiverse. The idea stems from the strange and counterintuitive rules of quantum mechanics, the science of the very, very small. Down at the level of atoms and electrons, the world stops behaving in a way that makes any sense to our classical intuition. Particles don't exist in one definite place or state. Instead, they exist in a haze of all possible states at once, a superposition. An electron isn't here or there, it's somehow both and everywhere in between, all at the same time. Think of it like a spinning coin. While it's in the air, it's neither heads nor tails. It's a blur of both possibilities. It's only when we look, when we perform a measurement, when the coin lands on the table, that this cloud of possibilities collapses and the particle chooses a single reality to present to us. This is the great mystery of quantum physics, the measurement problem. Why does our observation force reality to pick a side? What is it about the act of looking that solidifies the universe? In the late 1950s, a young physicist named Hugh Everett III proposed a breathtakingly radical solution to this quantum puzzle. His many worlds interpretation suggests the particle doesn't choose at all. The universe doesn't collapse. Instead, at the moment of that quantum decision, the universe itself splits. Every single possible outcome of that event becomes real, each in its own, newly created parallel universe. The electron went left here, but in another universe that just branched off from ours, it went right. Both outcomes happened. Both are equally real. Now scale that up. Every decision you make, every coin flip, every random decay of an atom in your body, each event is a fork in the cosmic road, creating a new reality, a new branch on the tree of existence. The universe you are in is not the only one. It is just one leaf on an infinitely vast, endlessly growing tree. There is no master timeline. There is only the endless, explosive branching of reality happening at every moment, in every corner of the cosmos. Think about the implications. They are staggering, almost too vast to hold in your mind. It means there isn't just one other you. There are infinite versions, an uncountable number of universes, each containing a life you could have lived. A universe where you pursued your childhood dream of being an artist, and your studio is filled with light and the smell of paint. A universe where you never met your closest friend, and your life is shaped by a different kind of loneliness, or a different kind of companionship. A universe where a tragedy that shaped you never occurred, and you are a lighter, perhaps more naive, version of yourself. And a universe where you faced even greater hardships and emerged with a strength you can't imagine. Each one is a complete, tangible world, populated by a version of you who is just as real, just as conscious as you are. They are living out the consequences of every choice, both made and unmade. They feel joy, they feel pain. They are not ghosts or possibilities, they are people. According to the theory, these parallel worlds are completely separate, isolated from one another by the fundamental laws of physics. They vibrate at different quantum frequencies, forever inaccessible. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the walls between these realities are not entirely impenetrable? What if, on rare occasions, the veil between them grows thin? Could that flicker you see in the mirror, that momentary feeling of déjà vu where you're certain you've lived this exact moment before, that dream that felt more real than waking life? What if these are not just tricks of the mind, but faint echoes from a neighboring reality? A brief, accidental crossing of the streams, a glimpse through a crack in the wall that separates the worlds, a whisper from the you next door, a momentary bleed-through from a life running parallel to your own, a reminder that you are not alone in your existence. This idea forces us to reconsider the very nature of our identity. If every version of you is equally real, then what defines you? Is it the sum of your memories, the path you've walked? But that path is just one of an infinite number of trails through the garden of forking paths. The you that exists in this moment is defined not just by the choices you made, but by all the choices you didn't make. You are one branch on an infinitely complex tree of possibilities, and every other branch is just as vital to the whole. Your identity is not a single point, but the entire, sprawling structure. So, which version of you is the real one? The successful one? The happy one? The one who suffered the most? The one who made all the right choices? The question itself might be flawed. Perhaps they all are. Perhaps you are not a single, static being, but a vast, interconnected consciousness, experiencing every possible life all at once. And this life, the one you are aware of right now, is just a single channel on an infinite broadcast. The person in the mirror, then, isn't another you. They are also you. A reminder that your existence is so much larger, so much more mysterious than the single life you can see. They are a testament to your own infinite potential, a silent witness to the countless lives you are living, all at once, forever branching into eternity.